Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Professor Joy. I almost stumbled there. The Professor Joy podcast. We are here in the world headquarters in Southern California of JoyScore. You should join the JoyScore app immediately if you're not already a member. We have lots of members. We have lots of content. We have lots of video. We have lots of information for you. And if I sound a little over exuberant today, a little excited, you'll have to forgive me because it's a topic that is very close to my heart. But before I reveal that topic, I have to say hello to our social media director, Steffi.
Hello.
How are you?
Great.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
And of course, the man, the myth, the legend, the genius behind the JoyScore app, Professor Joy.
Thank you.
You're
That
looking
was
fabulous.
very kind of you.
You're glowing.
Oh, thank you.
You're glowing. I just want you to know that.
You have an amazing way of complimenting people.
Thank you. I try. You know, that's our goal. Everybody, that you should go back and look at our podcast when we talked about
Actually,
compliments.
it's perfectly okay to tell everyone that when you compliment someone else, it brings you joy. When you do something kind to others, it brings you joy. Actually, it brings you more joy when you do something for others than doing it for yourself.
You're preaching to the choir. It's absolutely true. So yeah, I'm a little excited about today's topic, and rightfully so, because it is something that I have been doing, well, all of my life, but it's something that I have been teaching for almost 35 years, and that would be fitness. I have been a group exercise instructor for 35 years, almost 31 at one particular location where I was blessed to meet Professor Joy. Yeah, one location here in Southern California where I met Professor Joy. Yeah, and it's been wonderful. Exercise and fitness is our topic for the day because it is so important and relevant to, it's one of the main tenets of JoyScore.
Yeah. I've been a member of Belmont Athletic Club for 40 years, but I didn't go there, didn't use it. I was just a member. I also was a charter member of Palos Verdes Athletic Club right on the beach. Didn't go there either. So my life has changed in the last 12 years ever since I stopped smoking and started exercising. And I kind of learned it from Dr. Deepak Chopra. I'm sure you've heard his name.
Quite a few times.
So he was talking to Tony Robbins, and he was telling him that, I gave up practicing medicine because nobody listened to me. And I would talk to my patients and say, hey, if you can do a few things, I can get rid of these half a dozen prescriptions I'm prescribing you. He said, like what, doc? He said, for instance, if you can stop smoking, start eating better, start exercising. I said, doc, come on. My mother-in-law tells me the same thing and don't have to pay her $100. So anyway, I kind of had gone to Tony Robbins' 3-day program, which cost a few $1,000s, bought the ticket, stayed in the hotel, So I'm coming back, and I'm at the airport waiting for my flight, thinking, what did I get out of it? I spent a few $1,000s, few days. So what's the outcome? I said, you know what? I want to start going to the gym.
So that was your motivation for going to the gym?
And I stopped smoking. I started training with Brian Pineda for racquetball and Marita for training. And My life has changed. I mean, unbelievable. In fact, Marita was just telling me the other day, he said, listen, number one, I have never trained anyone for so long. 10 years. I generally train people for a few months and maybe a year, And your buddy, Eric, harasses me. You know what he tells me?
No.
How long is it going to take you to learn what she's teaching you? So it's not teaching me. It's training me. It's different. Because, I mean, like, let me ask you, don't you have some people coming to your spinning class for a long time?
I do.
See?
I had people come to my box aerobics class for years.
So, Marita, to me, is an amazing inspiration, My body is so flexible now and so strong that I can't even believe myself how strong I am. I mean, I think I can kill someone with my hands.
If she wasn't there, would you be able to push yourself as hard as
No.
she pushes you?
No. We have a special program we do. It's called Perfect Workout. It's developed by a doctor, and then I use that. But she uses that program to train me. It's unbelievable.
Amazing.
But anyway, back to you, sir.
Yeah. No, fitness is, contrary to a lot of misconceptions, fitness isn't only about building muscle
No.
and having a slim waist, but it encompasses a much broader perspective that encompasses mental, physical, and emotional
Yes.
well-being. And those are things that we talk about often on the JoyScore app.
Yeah.
They're very, very important.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fitness, there are a lot of people who like to come up with excuses for not starting a program, or they're waiting for January 1st, and it's always so interesting to see at the gym, Steffi, the new people
A lot
who
of
come
people.
in, and they're full of enthusiasm and motivation, and 3 weeks later, where the heck are they? It's tough, but it can be a challenge to start an exercise program, but you don't have to focus solely on weights, for example.
Yeah.
You can, we give so many suggestions in our book about ways that you can start a program. I mean, you don't even have to go to a gym, for goodness sakes.
You can just
go
walk.
outside
Just
and
walk.
go for a walk, which is something that I know you do every
Every
single
day. I mean, that has been amazing because for some reason, and maybe it's for other people too, but to me, that walk in the morning is therapeutic. So somebody was there, he said, why do you go to the ocean every day? I said, I'm trying to find a mermaid. So, I mean, whatever the reason is, the point is that you're walking by yourself at your pace, you're thinking, you're watching, and it's just beautiful in the morning. I mean, that's the best time of the day.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, one of the things that we talk about in our book is, start off with a very simple plan called the 60-60 plan.
Right.
Every hour, you get up out of your chair and you move around for 1 minute.
Yeah.
I mean, I think for the most part, many, many people can start with that type of a program.
Yeah.
And you just build up from there. And like we said, you don't need weights. You can even use your own body weight if you want to start exercising. Not everything has to be done with dumbbells and barbells and machines and things like that.
I've had my office for a long time, so I had this habit, like you said, 60. I had this habit of about every 1 or 2 hours, just get up, get out of my office and just walk around, Get to see what people are doing, I get to tell you this story. Larry Jackson.
Yes.
So I wanted him to do me a favor. He said, okay, I'll do that if you give my son a job. So I said, okay. So I gave him a job. So every time I go around walking, I see Aaron just kind of shift and So I said, okay, he's playing a lot. I said, Adam, come into my office. I want to talk to you. I said, what percentage are you working and what percentage are you playing? He said, if I tell you the truth, would you tell my dad? I said, no, it's just between you and I. He said, I work 30%. I said, well, that's not fair. Let's make a deal. You work 50% and play 50%.
Oh my gosh. But, embracing exercise can just be a part of, a lifestyle change.
Yeah.
You stopped smoking.
Yeah.
And you made a determination that you were going to improve your physical and probably your emotional health.
Yeah. It improved everything.
And it does that.
Yeah.
I mean, there is research after research about the relationship between joy and exercise at the physiological level. Exercise induces the release of endorphins, which we know can be a natural painkiller, can be a mood elevator, and it's often called the runner's high.
Yes.
The runner's high. But there's also, endorphins contribute to feelings of euphoria and relaxation, promoting an overall sense of joy. But there's also serotonin and dopamine that are released, which are critical in regulating mood and mitigating anxiety and depression, which we know is a very big issue.
All those things you talked about are the basic ingredients for joy. They all help you bring joy in your life.
Yeah. There was a study published in 2018, Professor Joy, that concluded that individuals who engage in regular physical activity experience significantly lower levels of anxiety and depression compared to those who are sedentary.
Right.
This improvement in mental health can translate into a more positive outlook on life, fostering an enduring sense of joy.
Yeah.
And I think that we really saw this sedentary lifestyle rear its ugly head during the pandemic,
Yes,
when nobody
yes.
could go outside.
Yeah. And that pandemic has caused another pandemic, which is depression and anxiety and obesity. So we come out of one and you go into the other that was caused by it.
All the gyms were closed and everything.
Exactly. One thing that we point out in our book, and especially in this chapter, is how important it is that that parents of young children, really show their kids an active type of a lifestyle. Get outdoors, play, run around, have a good time. Join an athletic team, like play soccer or play lacrosse or play tennis or just get outside. But it's parents who really have to get their kids away from the computers and social media.
Screen time.
Yes.
You keep mentioning the book in our book.
Yes.
I just want to let people know what you're talking about is this book. It's called JoyScore.
And it's a hell of a book.
And it's available on Amazon and anywhere. And the one before that this book is modeled after, was this one called Joy in Health and Happiness. And then later on I added score to joy and it became JoyScore. Did I tell you how I got the score?
Tell me how you got the score.
So I went to Harvard Business School executive program called OPM.
Okay.
3 years program. Cost me $150,000 and, learned a lot. But, so after that, I said, you know what? I'm going to create my own management program for all my presidents, because I had 9 companies. So I said, I'm going to take key people and teach a class of my own. and pretty much use everything I learned in Harvard Business School, just so I use their material, that I got in the classes. So Thursday evening, 6 to 8, we'll meet and talk, and so as part of the program, everybody had to read a book and make a presentation about this book to the class.
Could they read any book they wanted, or did
any
you
book
tell
they
them?
wanted, so
Okay.
no limitation. So this guy read a book called Game of Work by Coonrad. And he said, he talks about Game of Work and the fact that he taught all the praise. He was a football coach. And he said he taught people how to keep their score. And he said that keeping score is breakfast for champions. I said, really? So where is the score in my book? So I already had the Joy, a borrowed score from Coonrad, and became JoyScore.
I love it.
Actually, even Joy, I got it from Mary Edwards. This is nothing from me. It's just
Nothing original from you,
no,
but
it's all
you kind of
borrowed and stolen,
One of the other interesting facets of fitness is the social dimension
Uh-huh.
of exercise.
Yes.
Something that you practice almost every day
Yeah.
when you play racquetball.
Yeah.
How did you start to play racquetball? How did you develop these friendships? And how did it work for you?
So racquetball, I started with a client of mine. He was a billionaire. And he lived in Pacific Palisades. And he had a racquetball court in his house. I think it might be the only house in the U.S. to have a racquetball court in the house. Because
Wow.
generally you have it in the gyms,
Right.
It's a huge court, So he actually loved me as a young man. He was much older than I am, my father's age. And so he modeled a name after my original name, Bhupendra. He called me Bhupi. And he said, Bhupi, come over to the house. I want to play racquetball with you. I want to teach you. So I said, okay. So I show up. And he's standing in the middle of the court, and he's just swinging the balls whichever way he wanted. And I'm running around, sweating and dancing. And he's not moving much, So he said, listen, this game is not about running around and dancing, It's about knowing what to do with the ball. So anyway, that's how I started racquetball, with
Okay.
him in his house. And he taught me, and he actually taught me business approach on things. In fact, I got to tell you this story. So around the same time, around mid-'80s, he said, Bhupi, you're going to be a partner with me in a project. I said, Dr. Mass, don't humiliate me. I'm a professor. I don't have money to be a partner. He said, no, I'm going to loan you the money. I said, I always admire to be a very intelligent, smart man. It doesn't make any sense that you're going to loan me the money to be your partner. He said, okay, so you don't understand what it means. If I loan you the money, and if you lose the money, what's going to happen? I said, I'm going to owe you the money. He said, exactly. So I'm just loaning you the money. I'm not giving it to you. I said, okay, so we're going to do a project with your money. You're going to loan me, and then, he said, yeah. So we did a project in Palos Verdes Estates, Took us about a little over a year. We made $1 million on the project. I got half of it. His money. I said, why did you do that? He said, oh, simple. I wanted your sincere focus on the project, because I knew if you're going to be a partner, you're going to make sure we win it and make money. I said, oh, you could have just asked me. He said, no, it's different. When you're a partner, it's different. So, very smart guy, actually.
Yes, very,
very
smart.
smart.
Oh my gosh.
He was one of those old Orthodox Jews from New York. Unbelievable.
Wow. Wow. So research indicates, talking about working out with people, working out with partners and things like that, research indicates that people who work out with friends are more likely to stick to their exercise routines and derive greater satisfaction from their workouts. This sense of community leads to lasting friendships, improved social networks, and further contributes to your overall joy.
Yes. You know, this is so true because the league I am part of, Racquetball League, so we have a tradition. Every time someone's birthday, that week we go out to Belmont Brewery to celebrate their birthday. And the birthday person doesn't pay. Everybody else pays. And it's been just fun, you know. So every month we have a birthday. Whose birthday month is this, you know? So whosoever it is, you know, we go out. And the birthday person doesn't pay, you know, and that's the way we celebrate. No gifts or anything, but it's fun, you know.
That is fun. My birthday, by the way, is next month, just so you know.
Oh, okay, so you can go to Belmont Brewery.
Just saying and everything. Yeah, nothing like, yeah.
What date?
The 23rd.
Really?
It's a Saturday, by the way.
So 23rd, you're on the cusp of another sign.
I'm a Sagittarius. The 22nd is a Scorpio, not that. Yeah, not that it has anything to do with joy or anything, but yes, I mean.
Scorpios are the worst people.
Are they?
Oh yeah. I hope you don't have any part of it.
I hope I don't either.
Because you're on the cusp of it. You may
I
have
am on the cusp.
got a little bit
We
of.
haven't seen any bad things from you. Though.
Thank you. Thank you, Steffi. That means a lot coming from you. Not from him, but from you. Thank you. So, there have been numerous, as you can imagine, research, peer-reviewed journal types of articles looking at the relationship between joy and exercise. 3 that came up very often were these 3 right here. Dishman and Buckworth, all the way back in 1996. It explored various interventions for increasing physical activity and emphasized the psychological benefits of exercise, which is so true, including improved mood and joy. Rady and Lohr in 2007, the positive effects of physical activity on the brain. We know that is so true. And then another 2007 article. This book provides a comprehensive overview of the psychological aspects of physical activity, discussing the links between exercise, mood enhancement, and overall well-being. And it offers insights into how and why exercise contributes to the feelings of joy. But there are numerous other exercises, but it seems like a lot of research feeds off of these 3 main articles.
You know, there is a saying, proof is in the pudding. I mean, all you have to do is just get out, go for a walk, and see how it feels. You can check it out.
Your form of exercise can be fun too. It could be dancing, something you just really like, doing, swimming,
hiking.
Yeah.
Anything.
Anything
physical, because there is a saying, actually Deepak Chopra talks about it, that you are what you think and what you eat and what you do. So doing part is also adding some physical activity to it. Everything you do in life, there should be something physical as well.
Right. You know, something as simple as doing 20 minutes a day. I mean, one of the recommended guidelines is 150 minutes per
week.
But it doesn't have to be all in one like doesn't have to be 20 minutes solid. You can break it
So
up
I
during
want
the
to
day.
ask you a question. How many hours a week do you think I'm active?
Do I think that you're active? I would say 8 hours a week.
So Marita and I calculated. We added everything.
Everything.
My walking, racquetball, training, whatever I do,
Okay?
is between 20 and 22 hours.
Wow.
And that's the reason. So I think you may recall I fell down, went flat on the pavement in a parking lot, and I was able to get up and go. That's because of being active. And not just active, I think what really helped me was racquetball. Because when you play racquetball, it's dynamic. You're falling down, you're getting hit, you're getting pushed and shoved against the wall. So you just kind of dynamic, you're protecting yourself. The ball is moving at 130 miles an hour, you kind of.
Right.
So she said that, look, the reason you didn't get hurt because your body knows how to fall down and how to do things, because someone else who doesn't play racquetball may fall down and just be dead,
Right. I think what's important in the racket type sports like racquetball,
Yeah.
like tennis, like pickleball, is that for many people, all they do is walk forward.
Right.
But in these racket type sports, you have to
go
go backward
Yeah.
and you
Side
have to
to
go
side.
lateral.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lateral movement
All
training
the
is so
movements.
important.
Yeah. So that's it. I think you have a good example of any sport would help you do that. So my philosophy now is that if you want to go to the highest level of physical or fitness activity, if you can add a little bit of any sports, pickleball, racquetball, anything would help, because just training and working out is one thing, but adding that element to it brings dynamics that you don't get from anything else.
Right. Right. So to wrap up this chapter, which I loved so much and everything, a couple of things that people should remember is before you start any type of physical activity, you should always check with your physician.
Right.
Always.
Yeah.
And get checked out and make sure that whatever it is that you want to do, that they give you the okay to do things. A couple of things that we mentioned in the chapter, Professor Joy: warm up and cool down, use proper equipment, listen to your body, very important. Maintain proper form when you do exercise. That's very important so that you don't hurt your lower back.
You can watch a video or use a trainer. Trainers can be expensive, but you can watch a video.
And we have lots of video on the JoyScore
we
app
have
for
a
people
lot
to
of
watch.
lot of videos.
Yeah. Stay hydrated. I noticed that you've been sipping on your lemon water. So stay hydrated. Rest and recovery. Let your body recover from those activities and everything, because you do create little micro tears in your muscles when you lift weights. So let them heal and become stronger, and then you can increase, if you decide to use equipment, you can use a little bit heavier equipment, but take your time and when you do this.
If I can add just one more thing to it,
You can add two more things.
is stretching. I have learned, and I learned it because of the fact that I play racquetball. Stretching is very important. Stretching and warm up. So if your body is not warm and stretched, when you play racquetball, you can get hurt because you have sudden movement, overreaction to something, and I see people getting hurt all the time.
Sure.
So I do warm up, and I actually use the jacuzzi and sauna and steam and everything before I play racquetball, and then I stretch. So when I get in the racquetball court, my body is flexible like a baby, Can't get hurt.
Now, how about after racquetball?
Both, and that too.
Both too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all I'm saying is that it's not just the workout. Also add a little bit of stretching before and after to tone your muscles, tone your body, so that, and which is part of when you said warm up and cool down. It could be that, you know.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah.
So that's it for this week.
Thank you.
We wrapped it up.
Yeah, beautiful.
We did our warm up and our cool down.
Yes. I love it.
Yes. So thank you for joining us. Join us next week. We'll be back here to discuss. But go on to our app. We've got great information on the JoyScore app, and we'd love to have you. And check out our social media. We do great things on social media. So thank you, Steffi.
If I can just put a plug for Marita, all the videos, fitness videos in our app are made by Marita. She's my trainer. So look what she's done to my body.
She also has a lot of great tips
Yeah.
and information.
Oh, she does?
On
Yeah.
there.
She does.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
Yeah.
She's wonderful. Yeah.
Thank you.
So, yeah, so thank you, everybody. We will see you next week.
Okay.
Have a good week.
Bye.
Bye.